Heavy rain is coming. I took out a 300,000 yuan online loan in my boyfriend's name. Bought a 38-story house. And contacted the renovation master overnight to come and reinforce the doors and windows. When the master saw my decoration design, and after request, I asked you if you were building a prison. I calmly replied that I was afraid my husband would go out and fool around. Install it properly, then he won't be able to get out. However, the city was soon overcast with continuous heavy rain. Only my home is still peaceful. I was reborn 1 month before the end of the rainstorm. At this time, it was already drizzling in Ueshi. It starts to rain. Little did I know that a month later, the city will become an ocean. After waking up, I sent a text message to my supervisor to resign. When I was about to go to the supermarket to stock up on supplies, I received a message from my boyfriend Meng Meng. I'm going on a business trip for a month tomorrow. On business trip, I guess it's with my best friend again. Going to Shaoshan to hang out? 2 weeks after the rainstorm in the previous life, the water level on the ground has risen to the height of a 3-story building. In order to show his kindness, Liu Bujin, I took my best friend Zhao Shan, who lived in the same community as me, without permission. Until half a month later, they pushed me out of the house. Let me help them find supplies. Result, I died on the way to find supplies for them. Okay, it's okay. You go ahead. Then we'll see you in a month. It's just as I expected. Liu Bujin said he was on a business trip. In fact, we went to Xiao Shan's house to have some fun. I put down the telescope. Draw the curtains. Open your phone. Start a loan on the online loan platform using Liu Bujin's identity. 10 minutes later, I borrowed a total of 300,000. Then I contacted the lender, mortgaged a house on the 5th floor, cashed out nearly 700,000 yuan. Then I contacted the agent, bought a 38-story house in the same community, and moved in that day. I'll contact the decorator. Start decorating my new house. Reinforced and installed a large freezer. The decoration master said, no one has ever done such a strict house reinforcement. I just smiled. No response. After doing this, I was busy shopping every day to avoid causing concern and panic. I choose a different supermarket every time. Purchase some supplies. Until the day before the rainstorm, I have stockpiled 5 generators, 30 boxes of medical supplies, 50 boxes of daily necessities, nearly 5 tons of various meats and vegetables. Although these materials seem to be a lot, but I know that apart from the consumption, these supplies are only enough for me to live for half a year. Then we have to find new supplies. I am on the balcony at this moment, watching the rain begin to fall heavier. I feel very sad. Just at this time, I received a call from Liu Bujin. Feed the nightmare. What's wrong with you? Did you sell our house? This is called a loan. I borrowed 300,000 yuan in my boyfriend's name, bought a 38-story house, and stockpiled a lot of supplies. Soon, the continuous heavy rain flooded the city. Only my home is still peaceful. I'm standing on a tall building. The panicked look on her face when she saw her boyfriend being swept away by the flood. No joy in my heart. The day before the heavy rain, I received a call from Liu Bujin. Feed the nightmare. What happened? Did you sell our house? The sudden conversation made me a little confused. Could it be that I secretly sold the house? Liu Bujing must have known about it. No. What's wrong? I just got home. I found that my key couldn't open the door. The door lock at home broke a few days ago. I asked the master to change it, but I went to Bai City on business. I won't be back until next week. Then I'll go live at Jiangshu's house first. I'll go back when you come back. Oh, after hanging up the phone, I took a long breath. Finally, Liu Bujin was arrested. Then I checked the news in the community group attracted attention. It turned out that the property management of the community mentioned everyone in the group. I'd like to tell you that it's best to stock up on food these past 2 days. For humanitarian reasons. I also said a few words. Please stock up on supplies. This rain may last for a long time. Most people hold this view. I think this rain is the same as before, only 3 or 4 days. It will be sunny soon. I didn't continue to persuade him. In the following days, I only ate snacks and watched TV series every day. I just studied recipes and learned how to cook. And her boyfriend Liu Yujin, who returned to Zhaoshan. Zhaoshan and I are no longer as loving as before. Now we quarrel every day. But I didn't expect. A week later, when the water level had already submerged a 2-story building, it should be supplies. In the case of lack of all aspects, I saw Liu Yujin at the dining table in Zhaoshan's living room, eat meat with big mouthfuls. This instantly reminded me of something terrible. 10 minutes later, I received a call from Liu Yujin. Nightmare. You really sold the house. I didn't answer. How long do you want to hide this from me? If I hadn't just seen the lights on in the house. I went up to take a look and found out that the house was sold. Where are you now? Out of fear, I did not answer Liu Yujin's question. He hung up the phone immediately. Afterwards, he blocked all contact information of Liu Yujin. I didn't expect Liu Yujin to tag me directly in the community group and posted my photo. Said I had a man outside. She even sold her house to support her man. Maybe everyone is bored at home. Soon, the men in the group were angry. Tinying is always kind to me, words that are pleasing to the ear. Immediately, I put the evidence of Liu Yujin and Zhao Shen's love affair, sent to the group. The public opinion then turned to the other side. It's still popular these days to cry heat. That's it. Damn this guy. I suddenly found the behavior of the neighbors in the group very funny. But soon, one piece of information caught my attention. I know he moved to the 38th floor, the highest floor in the community. It seems that a lot of things were moved up there. He must have a lot of supplies. Shortly after this message was sent, my doorbell rang. Who is it? Heavy rain is coming. I took out a 300,000 yuan online loan in my boyfriend's name, bought a 38-story house, and stockpiled a lot of supplies quickly. The continuous heavy rain flooded the city. Only my home is still peaceful. I'm standing on a tall building. The panicked look on her face when she saw her boyfriend being swept away by the flood. No joy in my heart. And just a week after the heavy rain, city supplies basic sales cleared. I can't even buy a pack of instant noodles. At my house, the news of the supplies was spread to the community group. Less than half an hour. My door has been crowded with people. My ex-boyfriend Liu Yujin is also here. At this moment, I am leisurely watching the surveillance screen outside the door. I felt relieved. When I asked you to stock up on supplies, you didn't. Do you regret it now? Looking at Liu Yujin's scumbag face, I couldn't help but feel malicious. Say to the pager in your hand, you are here. Beat up my ex-boyfriend. Then everyone can take a bag of instant noodles. I didn't expect this to come out. Others started to move. 3 minutes later, there is something that looks like a pig's head on the wall. I also keep my promise through the pre-installed transmission equipment. Delivered the supplies and told them that my supplies were almost used up. Liu Yujin, who was covered in wounds, was on his way back, washed away by heavy rain. I was like this in my last life. After being kicked out of the house by Liu Yujin and Zhao Shan, the flood washed up on the electric pole. Finally, due to physical exhaustion floods, even the body could not be found. After Liu Yujin and Zhao Shan drove me away, deprived neighbors of drinking water and food, killed the neighbors. Until later, with the unremitting efforts of the rescuers, finally, the besieged people were rescued. The 2 of them who survived by chance became the object of many people's pursuit, sing their love story of sharing weal and woe. But my original wife died and no one remembered her anymore. The days ahead. Every day someone comes to me to ask for supplies. I'm not stingy either, because I know almost every household has children. So in the following days, I distributed nearly half of the supplies. In the 6th month of heavy rain, the floodwaters are finally showing signs of receding. We also welcomed a new batch of rescue workers. I know it's time to rebuild my home. After that, because of my act of donating supplies during the rain disaster, also interviewed by People's Daily, and gave me the title of the most beautiful heroic citizen,